Hi, I'm Chad Killian with BeverageProfessor.com. Today we're here with Dave Lamb at White River Brewing Company, and he's going to discuss a little bit about the brewing process of making beer. So first and foremost, I guess, let's just start with what are the basic ingredients of beer?
Beer in its purest form: malted barley, malted wheat, other grains. There could be adjuncts grains that we refer to like corn and rice to lighten the body of the beer. But basically, beer in its purest form is malted barley or malted wheat, hops, yeast, and water. First of all, we have to take malted barley, which is the raw ingredient for all beers, and there's different kinds of malted barley, including what we call base malt, and which is a building block for all beers. And then what we call specialty malts, which are different colored malts, which also introduce different flavors into the beer. So like in Table Rock Red, as we have right here, that Chad has, that has base malt plus 4 different colored malts to get it to that reddish color. And in the case of this pull-type Pilsner right here, it's nothing but base malt. So right there you can see that just base malt by itself and then base malt plus a bunch of colored malts. So right there is we take these different grains, we crush them, and we steep them in hot water, which is called the mashing process. And during the mash, at certain temperatures, we're extracting different sugars and other things from the malted barley. All that happens on top of a screen. During the mash, we extract the liquid away from all that grain, and that liquid is called WORT, W-O-R-T. The wort then, as we separate it from underneath that screen where all the grains are in the mash process, that wort goes over into the kettle. And for about a 2-hour process of boiling, we add hops at different stages. Of course, everything gets sterilized during the boiling process. And at the end of the boiling process, we whirlpool it to centrifuge all the little grain particles and hot particles into the center of the kettle. We let it settle so that we can then draw clear wort, which is we call bitter wort at that point because we've introduced hops. Hops are adding a degree of bitterness and spicy flavors at the end of the boil. And then we run that wort through a heat exchanger to cool it down to fermentation temperature, which for ales is around 68 degrees. For lagers that we do, it's down to around 53, 54 degrees. And then we go ahead and transfer that wort through the heat exchanger into the fermenter where we have yeast waiting for it. In the case of our ales, that's typically about a 2-week process. 1 to 2 weeks of primary fermentation and then another week of conditioning. For lagers, this is a little bit longer process. Lagers done at colder temperatures, that slows the whole process down during fermentation. And so lager like this pull-type Pilsner, which is around an 8% Pilsner, pretty strong lager style, that takes up to 2 to 3 weeks of fermentation and another week to 2 weeks of conditioning to get it to the really smooth product that it is. And at that point, then we keg the beer and we bottle the beer. And then it goes to our wholesaler and they do a great job of taking it out to the market for us.
And then guys like me get to drink it.
Absolutely.
Cheers.
You guys like me to make it too.
Thank you very much for your time, and thank you for watching.